So you've never seen a podcast this good for this long.
Feels like a fireside chat.
Yeah, man.
Gotta lower the octave of my voice and shit, man. Go ahead.
Hey, man, this is What More Can We Say? The podcast where we talk to the culture talks back. I go by the name of Radio God Stu, and to the left of me is...
I'm Jalen in the building, man. Episode 9. We back in the building, man. Come on now.
I feel like I haven't seen you in many Sundays.
You know, brother, you've been globetrotting. Why don't you go
course.
ahead and tell us, like, you was around doing your little thing. I know you went out the country to go pick up that bag.
Oh, for sure,
And then happy belated to both of us. You know what I'm saying? Since the
Okay.
last time, niggas is a year older. You feel me? So I know I was out there doing my thing, but what was you getting into? Catch us up.
All right, for the last month, I've been to 4 different continents, bro.
Oh, shit. Light
You know
flex.
what I'm saying? I went down to Colombia. Shout out to Urban City Scoop, Game Star
For sure.
Records down there. They had me come down there and DJ an R&B party. When I tell you it's lit down there in Medellin, I was down in Medellin. You know what I'm saying? We going back. November, we going back with Homie Pleasure P, R&B Takeover. But it was super, super, super lit in Colombia. I came back to America, North America. And then my birthday came up, and I had booked a trip to Seychelles.
Okay.
It's some islands off the east coast of Africa.
I didn't know, but now I do.
Real exclusive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to go, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
On that side of the world. And then I stopped in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? So I was in Dubai. So I was in Asia, Africa, South America, North America.
Yeah, doing looks.
You know what I'm saying? Doing just celebrating life, man. It was like, yo, it's not a milestone birthday, but I feel like every year is a milestone. So it was like, yo, get out, see the world, experience something.
Thankful every time you got to sit there and take a second to smell the roses. You feel me? Like, be honestly, like for real, just being thankful for another day of life. Try to not use days like a birthday to be the only reason that you're thankful, but more so kind of like you said, like a moment to reflect on your on life and kind of where you've gone, what you kind of want to accomplish. So happy birthday to you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I went by myself.
Oh, word.
I went by myself.
Now, if y'all believe that, I got a bridge to sell you.
You took a shorty. No. If you have, hey, look, if you was a shorty and you was with me, I'll give you $1 million if you could prove it right now. You know what I'm saying? So I got to go scuba diving in the Indian Ocean. You know what I'm saying? Get to see the underground, the underwater world and shit. It was real live, man.
That's what's up,
you know what I'm saying? If you ever get a chance, bro, Seychelles is like top tier level, you know what I'm saying, vacation spot. I suggest you check it out.
That's nice. I'm going out of town. Me and my brother gonna go do something in about a week or two. I'm gonna go out there. I ain't trying to give too many details, but we gonna go. We about to go get active. So that's what I'm getting into for my birthday. But I know for the actual day of, I was just chilling, honestly, bro. Like me, I've tried to, like I said, just be thankful for kind of where I'm at. So I spend time with my family, friends, have my shorty come over, do my little thing one Tuesday, you feel me? But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I just took it easy, bro. Appreciated the day, and I was just thankful and just kind of kept it going from there. But let me tell you this, now that we did our little pleasantries, something that's not Oh, you got something? Go ahead.
Hey, you know who's not going to be going on vacation
come
anytime
on.
soon?
No, well, he is. He's going to be in that Gray Bar Motel. That nigga's getting a long stay.
He ain't going to be celebrating outside in Seychelles or nowhere. My boy Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Yeah, no, there's no way out. There's no way out for that nigga.
No way out
for
this
sure.
time, you know what I'm saying? He got to go serve some time, man. He got to go sit down. Sentence dropped the other day, and they sentenced my man to 50 months in the federal penitentiary.
Yeah, I think, and they also said a couple months are taken off for good behavior and stuff like that.
So he was already, he already had 14 months served. So, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, I ain't never been in the Fed, so I never took the bar exam, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, you know what I'm saying, they took off the 14 months, and then, he's going to go through some programs, like a little drug program, you know what I'm saying, rehab program. That'll probably knock off another extra 12 months.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He'll get, you know what I'm saying, good, the time that he's in, he'll get, good behavior time off.
For not, scrapping or doing anything crazy like that.
You know what I'm saying? And then he'll get, earned time credit as well. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds way worse than it is. Everybody's like, man, he got to do all his time in the Feds. You do got to do 85% of your time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? If you do the programs, if you do different things, you'll be able to, get some time knocked off. So they gave him 50 months. I'm thinking he may do maybe 20, 22, something in that range.
Right.
But the good thing about it is now that, it's over. There's kind of a finality to it. It's
some resolution.
You know what I'm saying? All right. You got your punishment now. You got to pay $500,000 in fines.
which
You
is a
got your
drop in the
time,
bucket. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now, you can just prepare to just, do your time, get better, and just come out a better person. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, this situation allows him to think and recollect on the things that he's done wrong and come out as a better person. But I don't think that he was like, you know what I'm saying? I think he was, drunk off his own power and his own influence and the money and the fame and all that stuff. But I don't think that he was that fucked up as a person. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good things that I've seen him do. You know what I'm saying? To where and people may disagree.
In this motherfucker. I mean, look. All right, so I know, like, for me, when I was kind of just looking through the case and everything like that, I'm kind of conflicted only because, well, not even really kind of, but when I'm hearing all these testimonies from these women about how they've gone through just like these crazy amounts of abuse and just all this type of stuff at the hands of him, we're seeing the videos from the hotel and all that kind of shit like that.
Sure.
I'm not always of the mindset, or I'm not in the mindset in general that every crime deserves you to just sit and rot under jail. And I do think that jail is supposed to be a place for rehabilitation. So I don't really have like feelings one way or the other as far as him being sentenced to the 50 months or whatever the case is. I do think he should be in jail for a certain period of time for those crimes, but kind of similar to what you're saying, I don't really feel like, oh man, they kind of like they didn't do the victims justice by not having him be in there for a decade plus. Or I didn't feel like he got let off easy for only having to do 50 months or something like that. So I won't speak to the character of Diddy, but I will say that he definitely is somebody to me that his image is forever changed. Like even despite this, when he gets out, there's going to be a couple of people that are still going to probably rock by him and stand next to him just because of his stature in the game and what he's done for people, frankly.
Right.
But at the same point in time, though, like, I think we talked about this episode 1 or 2 when it first started happening. Like, it's just surreal to think about somebody as big and pivotal to the culture as Diddy is now pretty much not going to be thought about anymore. Like, it's pretty much going to be like an out of sight, out of mind thing moving
he's
forward.
going to be relegated to the background.
Yeah.
For sure. I wish we had another, how do I say it? I wish we had another era of Diddy's, of, you know what I'm saying, of Birdman's, of, you know what I'm saying,
Masterpiece.
Those moguls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need more hip hop moguls in the game. You know what I'm saying, to help the newer generations.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Actually, just kind of briefly spinning off that, I was thinking about that too. When you think about today's climate, where it feels like a lot of the artists are the ones that are now running the labels, and Diddy obviously has had successful albums as an artist in the past, but primarily as a producer and stuff like that. So I agree. You know, I won't say we need. In general, yeah, I would like to get that general energy back of getting like moguls that are really hands on with the product and putting out hits consistently, because it really was a hit factory for a point in time, but. Outside of that, though, before I give flowers, any nigga that's putting their hands on women like that or abusive in that fashion,
we don't tolerate that at all.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. Send them under the jail.
So I'm, and I know you're not doing this, but I'm not, playing no violin for this nigga. Go do your time. And
for sure.
To your point, I do think jail's supposed to be a place for rehabilitation in general. So hopefully he gets out, he does his time in there, really gets a chance to reflect, and does come out as a productive member of society. So
for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting place there. But let's switch things up a little bit, man. Now listen, last episode,
what did we talk about?
We were talking crazy about this Cardi project, and
okay,
I know a little time has passed, and so now the album is actually out. So where do I start here? Cardi has been doing her thing. She's been doing the rollouts with. I've been seeing her do a lot of Instagram videos. I've been seeing her promoing, doing the in-stores, 1,000 different editions of the album, the Magnet edition, the Standard edition, the Deluxe edition, the Cardboard. Anything that you want, she got that. So she got all the editions and shit like that. I'll say this before we get into the drama aspect of things for the actual project. I thought it was solid. I
thought it was a solid project as well.
I appreciated a little bit more. I'll say for myself, kind of comparing the two, Invasion of Privacy to me is the stronger album between these two because it's a little bit more focused, and and that's kind of just what I like. I just like more concise projects. When I already got to this one, and we talked about this on the last episode, 24 songs.
It's a lot.
I'm already sitting there like, damn, this is gonna be a chore, bruh. So I will say that she did do a good job to me initially of mixing up the records. You got some pop records here, some of the harder rap records. Like, I think even the intro kind of feels a little bit like her version of like a Dreams and Nightmares with how it keeps doing different beat switches. So a lot of dope records, but once you start to get towards the tail end of it, for me, feels like it kind of starts to drag on. A lot of the records start to kind of sound similar to some extent. The content kind of starts to sound a little bit more similar. She did lock in the middle parts, like the man of your word and what's going on. Those two records were the more introspective ones that I was looking forward to. And honestly, when everything kind of started happening around her personal life, I thought we were going to get an album that was a little bit more focused in that way and kind of addressing some of that stuff more head on. But I also understand and respect where she's at now, where it maybe kind of is like she's kind of trying to feel back to herself, give herself some of the empowerment. So a lot of the club records and the loose records and like the turn up records to me seem to be a little bit more reflective of maybe her talking about where she is like right now in her lifestyle and stuff like that. So, you know, well, I guess for myself, just as a rapper, I like them to get more into the bars, but I think the club record she has is dope, bro. Like that Magnet record is a slap. That shit is out of here. Like that. That's one of those ones you play off the rip and you like, yeah, this is gonna go.
Nah, my favorite record is Every Time. This is just me.
Okay.
I feel like she should go get my boy Young Jizzle, go get Jeezy.
Really?
For that Every Time remix too, because that sounds like quintessential Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Jeezy would go crazy on that. But the Every Time record to me was a highlight of it. I feel like Hello. Hello. It's me.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I do feel like though, she kind of capped us down. When you look at the track listing and you go down and you see the features and you see, oh, she got Lizzo, oh, she got Kehlani, oh, she got, and then you get down and you see that featuring Janet Jackson.
Niggas about to lose his
You know what I'm
top.
saying? I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit, she got Janet. She got Demeter Joe on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I got to go listen to it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what a Janet and Cardi collab sounds like. I get to it.
Wah, wah, wah. That shit was kind of.
Man, it hurt my heart.
The
Hurt my
record
feelings.
itself isn't weak, but the fact that she put her as the feature and
Yeah.
really all she did was just chop up a bunch of Janet's vocals
Yeah, it
for the
was
sake,
just-
kind of like for a sample. It's almost like what Drake did when he had featuring Michael Jackson on. I think it wasn't For All the Dogs, Scorpion or some shit like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I don't like when artists do that, bro.
Yeah, it kind of like, oh man, I thought I was gonna get like a Buster Janet type of collab.
You feel me?
Nah, but all in all, the song is dope. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna act like the song isn't hard. The Pleasure song is hard.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the album was solid. Do I think Invasion of Privacy was better? I do think that was maybe the stronger of the two, only
sure.
because sometimes when you're making your first album, you don't have no expectations. You don't have
Yeah.
I feel like when you're making your sophomore project, you're coming back out again. It's like, and you've reached such success, you're kind of trying to chase that success, and anything under that feels like a failure. So you kind of like you're competing against yourself when in all actuality, all you gotta do is just put out good music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think she put out a solid project, a good project. I think she's gonna have a couple songs that translate outside of it. She did get personal on some of the records. So it's like, okay, you gave us, you know what I'm saying, what we were looking for, and then your rollout. You know what I'm saying? You doing all of this and you're pregnant. Not to mention you are pregnant while you're doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
It's
respect
like,
it.
okay, I gotta respect that. And we wish Cardi the best. She's gonna be going on tour next year, top of next year when she drops her Chalupa.
This nigga is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Bodega,
Baddie.
super dope. You know,
You like that
Selena,
record? Yeah,
Trap
see, you
Selena.
New York. You big New York. I
She
was
gonna,
like-
man, that's gonna play at
That's
every
what I'm saying, yeah.
every, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna translate.
Yeah,
you know
that
what I'm
one went
saying?
over my head. I'm a little
So-
bit too further down south and shit. So I listened to that record and I was just kind of like, you lost me. But I ain't gonna lie. But to your point, real quick, I do want to say that Hello record is hard.
Yeah.
I wish you would have put what's her name. I wish you would have put YK Niece on there.
YK Niece. But, I
YK
mean,
Niece been spanking shit or
she
Butta
has-
B.
she
You
has,
feel me?
But they still kind of like got to get they still got to
They
get
they stripes.
they stripes up a little bit
Fair.
more before you know what I'm saying, they get now you got to treat a Cardi verse like a Jay-Z verse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
What you mean?
I said you got to treat it like that. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah,
You got to like, okay, you got to get to a certain level before you get a Jay-Z verse. You know what I'm saying? Now
Fair.
you got to get to a certain level before you get a Cardi verse. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say like, you know what I'm saying, you aren't dope. You just got to, you know what I'm saying, show that you going to be here for a while before I just try to just jump on your record because you got a hot real record or you viral for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Shout out to Barty. Shout out to the whole
QC. No,
know
not
what I'm
QC, but she's on. I think she's on Atlantic right now.
she's on Atlantic. She's on
Yeah.
Atlantic. You know, and of course I feel like Rock Nation got something to do with it too.
And
so.
she did her things with the sales too, because I'll admit when I was wrong, y'all. I came in here and I was saying that I thought that she might have been a little bit apprehensive to drop it because she felt like it was gonna flop. Now I will be fair. It's tough to flop when you got songs from 5 years ago on the motherfucker on there.
And
that
those
shit,
streams count. And those streams
you
count.
know what I'm saying? You're
Those
playing
streams
that
count.
game. You are playing that game.
For
so,
sure.
and that's even that's to me what artists are doing in general. Anytime they doing these 20+ song albums, you're playing the streaming game.
Mm-hmm.
So already that kind of already turns me off. But she's gonna. I think they predicted to do about 200K first week, which is a good. That's good
That's
for her for
very
sure,
good.
especially considering the amount of time that she took off. So shout out to Cardi and then Nicki herself too. You know, not to try to tie them in too closely together, but Nicki said that her album is going to be coming out March of next year.
So now we gotta wait till March for you to. You know what I'm
And she gonna
saying?
keep bombing on Cardi in between time, doing all this mischievous shit. I'll say this about Nicki real quick, and I don't want to pick on him because I think Cardi talking about Nicki's kids this week, and I think Nicki talking about Cardi's kids this week. All that shit is whack.
For sure.
Nicki, to me, at the stage that she's at in her career, though, she, to me, what irritates me, or I guess kind of disappoints me, is she don't have to do this.
Shit at all.
She's at such a place in her career now, to me, where it's like, bro, if you don't never drop another album, your place in rap is cemented.
You good.
By far, you're locked in. Can't nobody fuck with you. So to me, it feels like whenever you watch her get into these little back and forths, it's like, damn, you stooping down here. And I'm not saying Cardi's no little pup, but in comparison to, she ain't on the level of Nicki. And Cardi's doing her thing for sure, but she's not Nicki.
She's nipping at her heels though. She on her heels.
For
though.
sure, but I'm
She on her
saying like
heels.
Nicki is, to me, when it goes down, when you look back 10, 15 years from now, granted, Cardi still got music to drop, but Nicki's gonna be a pillar. I'm talking about,
She's on Mount Rushmore. She's on
you
Mount
feel
Rushmore
me?
for
And
sure.
so when I look at some stuff like this, it just kind of not ruins the legacy, but just makes her look smaller than what she actually is because you don't need to do mudslinging back and forth with anybody. So
And one time Nicki had an interview, and in the interview she was, you know, this is when she was going back and forth with Lil' Kim, and she was like, "Oh, only time we hear about Lil' Kim is when she's beefing with somebody.
And
Where's
now
your
look.
music? Where your music? Where your music?
Come on now.
And now it's like,
what
you-
Jay-Z,
you see-
what
you
was
see
that?
how it goes.
Dark Night Feeling, die and be a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
That happens.
Come on
You know what
now.
I'm saying? So it's like, damn, Nicki, like now it's like your words are coming back to bite you. It's like, okay, all right, where's your music? Where are you at on the charts right now? Because, and you would think like in this climate of where women, female rappers are like dominating,
This is her time.
She should be, you know what I'm saying? She should be leading the
Her
whole
time is
entire
now.
pack. Like she should be leading the revolution. She should be, you know what I'm saying? But instead right now, it's Cardi B. It's Cardi's
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
We just living in it.
And two, I guess kind of just wrapping that up, I'm hopeful that this whole personal attacks about each other's kids and shit, cut that shit out. Let's just focus on the music. I want Cardi to do well. I want Nicki to do well. It seems like there's a lot of momentum starting to come back around now around women's hip hop. And so I'd like the focus to be there instead of them trying to scrap and do all this kind of crazy shit. Because honestly, the as many women rappers as we feel like we might know and stuff is really congested as far as how much spotlight it feels like there is to go around for them in particular. So if that's gonna be the case, bro, like y'all just both go do your thing. It ain't gotta be this whole, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta go to the streets.
It is.
Speaking of that, Thug's album just came out.
Shout out to Thugger.
Now, since we've last been here, Thug's been going through quite a time.
He's been very controversial.
It's breaking my heart because I fuck with Thug heavy, and I think that he really, when you talking about modern day Atlanta and on that modern day Atlanta Rushmore,
He's there.
right next to Future,
Future, Thug,
Savage,
Lil Baby,
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah. So
He's there.
to me, like when I'm looking at this, everything he's done post jail to me has just been super whack. This shit been lame. And this is Thug we're talking about. Like even down from some of the roll-ups that I seen with these interviews and how he's been talking about niggas. Like, bro, when I first got introduced to Thug, he wasn't even doing interviews like that. You couldn't find not one damn clip of this man's regular voice because he just was either just dropping music videos, that was it. And he wasn't really out in the public like that. And now it kind of feels, I'm like, damn, now I kind of see why. Because this nigga just keeps saying goofy shit every time he get in front of a mic. I like the Big Bank interview because I kind of feel like he was being honest. Shout out to Big Bank, by the way.
Shout out to OG.
Yeah, for sure. But even then what he's rolling out, I'm just like, bro, just stick to the music. Like, you ain't got to do all
That's
this
hard.
explaining and all this talking about
That's
niggas. Like,
hard.
just focus on what you do. Because that's really where he got popping is just by being him. Not by talking about other niggas, not by doing interviews with other niggas, not by being on this platform and rubbing elbows with everybody. He really had his own wave. And so to some extent now, bro, like when I'm looking from the album cover where he's white, him spamming the hard ER on the intro. These are things to me that are not outside of, if you look at his career, like this is Thug. Like, he came out calling niggas bae, wearing dresses. The Barter 6 cover where he's naked and he just holding his hand over his dick and shit. He's done the shock value shit, but for me, I guess it kind of feels like a little bit of a step back, because I felt like over the last 2, 3, 4 projects, he separated himself from needing to do the shock value shit, and he's been able to stand on his own merit. And now it feels like, whether he realized it or not, this shit feel like damn near an admission of guilt. Like, I'm not as hot as I once was, and now he's having to do these little magic tricks and shit like that just to get people to pay attention to him. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I feel you. When I think about Thug now, it's almost like I understand where he is mentally. He's fucked up mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's fucked up mentally because he's been sitting in jail, sitting in a box, going from courtroom, jail cell, courtroom, jail cell. Your man ain't seen sun, ain't touched grass, didn't know what.
Did a lot of pillow
day.
talking on them phone calls.
That's
though.
all he could. That's all he had time to do.
Yeah.
What do you think he was going to talk about? You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there, and then all he has to do is time to reflect and think about every little mistake, every little thing that transpired over the past, what was it, like 7, 8 years that he was out, that he was becoming a superstar, becoming who he was, and everything that, he went through. It's like, damn, now you get to start thinking, damn, what about this person? What about that person? You know what I'm saying? Damn, I tried to help this person. I tried to help that person. And it's like, now you're sitting there and you're by yourself, and none of that shit can help you. None of that shit can save you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, how do I navigate this shit? How do I do this shit? And the only one person that you get to talk to is your girl. The one person that you probably feel safe talking like that too is your girl. You know what I'm saying? He gonna start spilling shit that he necessarily may not need to spill. And unfortunately for him, it was being recorded.
Yeah.
And, it got leaked out. So now the public knows. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like,
let's cut all this cute shit, bro. Did he snitch? Based off that interrogation? Because I saw you posting something on your IG. I know you weren't really feeling it at first.
do I feel like Thug snitched?
Yeah.
No.
Why? See, y'all niggas changing the rules.
Snitching is when, you know what I'm saying, is when me and you do something.
Okay.
And I tell that you did it. Like, yes, Jalen did this, and you got to go do time because my words made you go away. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, like, nigga, I done got into like fights with, you know what I'm saying, niggas that snitching in the club. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, a nigga walked up to me like he thought we was cool. Like, oh, what's up? And I'm like, nigga, I'm not fucking with you, nigga, in the club, in front of everybody. Like, I'm not fucking with you, bro. You snitched on my man. You know what I'm saying? My man had to miss time because you snitched on him when y'all was, you know what I'm saying, y'all was rocking together, you know what I'm saying, and doing what y'all was doing. Go do your time. You don't got to tell on nobody else. But now you snitched on my man, made him catch a Fed case. Now he had to go miss time because, you know what I'm saying, you told.
Yeah.
That's different from, you know what I'm saying, what Thug did. You know what I'm saying? It's not really like, to me, I don't put that as in the same vein.
Look, man, I'm a taxpaying citizen, bro. So I'm really into the street politics.
For sure.
The only thing that confused me was I was told that if you do any type of talking to the cops, that is snitching. So now I feel like niggas is doing a little bit of gymnastics because they fuck with Thug, and I fuck with Thug too. And I really, honestly, for me, bro, I don't feel no one way or the other. Like I said, I'm not in no type of street nothing.
Right.
So whatever that nigga does is whatever that nigga does. I'ma still listen to the music. I'm still listening to Gunna. Spoiler alert. So I mean, shit like that don't really bug me, bro.
Am I rocking with the Gunna? Do I feel like Gunna said
So
some things?
So Gunna told, but Thug didn't tell to you?
I feel like what Gunna did, he knew the ramifications of what he was saying and what he was doing and how that was going to affect, you know what I'm saying, the case in totality. And I feel like he shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? He looked dead in the camera and said,
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a gang. Yes, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you can't escape that, you know what I'm saying, knowing what the whole case is about is YSL a gang? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that you're going to play that video. A jury is going to see that and be like, oh, no, it's not a gang. You know what I'm saying?
Again, all I'm saying, yeah. I mean, I hear where you're coming from. Again, all I'm saying is my initial rules was told you do any type of talking to them niggas besides fuck you, go get my lawyer, you're snitching. So that's what I was told. That's not the case now. That's cool. I really don't look at the interrogations one way or the other. To me, it's just the rollout has just been on some corny shit. Like, I would have appreciated more, and then we'll get into the album in a second, obviously, but I would have appreciated more if he would have just done the Big Bank interview and just pretty much left it there. But then you doing shit like going on Aiden Ross's stream, just, you know, trying to justify the corny shit that you've been doing or to some extent. And to me, bro, Thug was like the personification of cool. Like, that nigga was just one of the cool niggas that I knew from Atlanta type shit. And now it just kind of feels like he's another one of these industry niggas playing this game to get relevant and popping. I'm like, you're a thug. You don't need to do these tricks to get popping, nigga. Like, you just got to drop good music. So getting into the album, he ain't do that. Right. He ain't drop good music to me. This album was really like, so I'll say Cardi shit to me was like a 7 out of 10. This shit to me was like a 5, bro. Really? I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't really feeling it. Like I said, from the intro, when I put that aside, the songs just didn't feel like focused. And I know that we talking about Thug, so some people don't think of him as like the super cerebral artist or the super concise artist. I get all that. But projects, like I said, like Jeffrey, Beautiful Thugger Girls, even So Much Fun, those albums to me had a direction and a focus, and it felt like Thug was kind of even up in his songwriting as far as like being better with his hooks, being better with his general structure in the records, being a little bit more clear, just literally clear to hear on records type shit. Versus now, this felt like when he first came up and was kind of just throwing shit at a wall and hoping that it sticks. You just putting out a bunch of singles here, you putting out a bunch of songs on this project, and then just kind of like letting the people pick it. Versus I felt like he really started to evolve as an artist and really started to curate good projects. This was a step back to me. I wasn't feeling this shit.
I mean, to his credit as well, you know, his whole environment has changed. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the studio with the same people. You know what I'm saying? The vibe isn't the same for him. So it's like creatively, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be different. And he has to find the new him. So he does kind of have to throw stuff out there and kind of see what sticks. You know, he can't rap about the same things that he was rapping about pre-jail. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, they tries to use his lyrics against him.
But take a page out of Gunna's book or something, nigga, because Gunna's dropping music right now and he's still spanking shit.
Yeah,
Gunna right now arguably is bigger than he was when he went in.
Or for sure. For 1,000% for sure.
And he still got hits going and he's still doing his wave. And I hear where you're coming from. They weren't 1-to-1, but Gunna was talking some of that street shit too. And he was popping some of his shit too.
He was.
And he's found a way to navigate around and still put out hits.
But Gunna isn't, the stipulations on Gunna isn't the same that it is for Thug. You know what I'm saying? Like, Gunna can go be around his people. Gunna can be in the city and do what he can do and, you know what I'm saying, move around freely. Thug can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like pigeonholes him a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to what he's able to, you know what I'm saying, who he's able to be around, what he's able to do. Because guess what? They're looking for anything to violate him, to sit his ass right back down. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, you know, he has to toe that fine line of, okay, you know, I gotta be cool, but I also gotta find who the young Thug for the next 5-10 years is going to be. And I don't think he's found that lane yet. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, he gets some inspiration. He does something. Shit, I might have to take my brother to Seychelles or to Dubai or something for my man, you know what I'm saying? So he could, you know, get some inspiration and find out, you know, who he is. And honestly, he might just have to grow and mature with his audience. You know what I'm saying? Your audience, you know, from 5-8 years ago, they're older now. You know what I'm saying? They're more mature now. So, you know, and the young kids, they've kind of like attached to who they're attaching to now. They're attaching to your young boys. They're attaching to, you know what I'm saying, some of the younger artists now. So it's like you almost gotta like grow with your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be more mature with your audience.
I felt like he was doing
So-
that though, and I'm not trying to give you too much pushback, but I felt like he was successfully doing that on So Much Fun. That's why I don't and So Much Fun to me wasn't no crazy street shit. So that's why I understand now what the drop off is. For me, bro, I'm just hoping that, you know, knowing how Thug kind of has been in the past, he records hella music.
Right.
So I'm hopeful that, and it seems like he's at least aware of what people are saying about him online. So I'm hoping that he still has that ear open and that he's kind of hearing what people are saying, because this album has not been received that well. So I'm hoping he gets back in the lab and he can find a way to kind of give some, even to the features. I was surprised, like, for his kind of like welcome home album out of jail, the features didn't bring it to me either, bro. I didn't like none of the niggas that was on there really, besides Savage. Savage spanked his verse, and Future did his thing on that Money on Money record. But other than that, I wasn't feeling it. I even heard that one, what was the second record with that Yuck song with Ken Carson? That's when I knew I was a little bit older than I am. Bro, that nigga, that Ken Carson nigga, straight over my head. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I didn't understand nothing he was saying. A lot of youthful energy over there. I want Thug to get back to doing him. To your point, you can't be around the same niggas, but man, start locking in. I want to hear more records with Savage. Like, lock in more with Future. Do more Atlanta shit. Not some of these young niggas and stuff like that. Leave that shit alone and try to kind of get focused back in on what you do. So
Hey,
shout out to Thug.
worst come to worst, you know what he can do?
What's up?
He can just go sit in his bedroom and stream.
Yeah, he could. Wait, last thing real quick before we get there. Catching Me Falling off of the Thug album, that's the one song I do like.
Okay.
Go ahead now.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the streamers. Let's go and talk about it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, Thug can take it to a stream and just become a streamer. He ain't gotta drop no music no more.
Yeah,
People-
shit. That's
people
what it
tune
seemed
in
like
to it.
everybody doing.
You know what I'm saying? He could go do Mafia-thon number 4.
Yeah. Shout out to Kai, man. Yeah, Kai Cenat doing that Mafia-thon 3. That shit was going crazy.
That
I
was
think, what was it,
crazy.
a month straight? Boy, that boy had everybody on there besides Jesus Christ himself. he had everybody on that joint.
I saw Martin Luther King make a pop up.
LeBron, Snoop, Wiz. I saw Mariah Carey on there at
Kevin
one point.
Hart.
Kevin Hart, Drewski.
Everybody
Was on that joint for real. So shout out to Kai, man. That boy really done turned into the new Breakfast Club.
He is, man.
Like you can't really do a rollout these days without going to see him or going to tap in with him to really get yourself just to that general wider audience.
Yeah, he definitely has the influence right now.
Stupid.
You know, he has people's attention, you know what I'm saying? And it don't look like they're going anywhere. You know?
The interesting thing to me with him is going to kind of be like, and I look at it almost like these Instagram comedians. What's the next step for him? For me personally, I've been looking, and I think he's supposed to be doing like a TV show or a movie with Kevin Hart and Drewski. I know they're all supposed to be working together on some film project or something like that. I'm going to be interested to see how that translates, because I feel like we've seen this time and time again where we've seen people who might be entertaining in their own mediums, excuse me, but they might not necessarily translate to the next level. So for him, it's going to be big seeing whether or not he can move that audience from there and really be not just somebody who entertains within his own sphere, but can kind of go into the mainstream and really be commercial, even though he's already big now.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a mentor like Kevin Hart who seemed to like attach to him, we've watched Kevin Hart, you know, progress and transcend, and you know, go from being a small budget actor to now being one of the biggest in the world. You know, and for him to guide Kai into that, let Kai know what it takes to like evolve in that world. I think Kai will be he's in good hands as far as that. And then, just from like, hearing him say, yo, I turned down 60 million for that gambling thing. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
Like he knows, you know what I'm saying?
The power that he has.
What he's able to do, what, necessarily translate with his brand as well. You know what I'm saying? So I think Kai will be all right.
Yeah, no, shout out to Kai, man. He was doing his thing. And it's funny, too, because I think we've talked about this a couple times. Ice Spice, I saw her just start up a Twitch account a couple days ago, and she just started streaming. It's interesting to me now, and I think even watching older artists like a Snoop Dogg and a Ray J, they were showing Kai stupid love on the Mafia-thon shit. I think they're like gifting him subs and all that. It's interesting now to watch where artists are jumping into this streaming space and they're looking at how lucrative it is, and now they all want to get a piece
Now
of
they
it.
all want to get it.
Everybody want to get in and start doing
gotta
shit.
do it.
And even to me too, it's interesting because I wonder if this starts to be something that more artists take up in a
sure.
way to kind of even help them kind of like even through dead periods, right?
Yeah.
Because like for somebody like Ice Spice, while she might be trying to roll music out, it's not like she doesn't have the same level of relevancy.
Right.
So I feel like streaming for some of these artists is a good way for them to kind of still keep a level of buzz and still kind of be relevant without having music that might not be like all the way in the clubs, all the way active, all the way popping right now. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to just kind of see how all that stuff is moving. And like I said, bro, we're at the very beginning of everything. So this is going to go eons away from us before we really start to see like what streaming can really blow all the way into. Like it's really just getting started. So
Yeah, especially with AI, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my
It's gonna take on a life of its own, bro.
I be telling niggas AI is like robots in this bitch, bro. That shit gonna take niggas over. Like if you get too
Already
reliant on
has.
you get too reliant on them, like Chat GPT is taking over crazy. You get too reliant on it, you stop to think for yourself, or you stop thinking for yourself. I mean, and that to me is where you start to get to a dangerous place because it's cool to be a crutch, but not to be the entire mode of transportation.
Nah, I mean you got the one AI artist that, you know what I'm saying, she got the number one
I
added
just saw that shit.
record on radio.
Music
you know
is
what I'm saying?
fried if we starting to do AI artists, bro. Deadass.
But it's also up to the fans to show more appreciation to the real artists, so that the AI technology doesn't become the main dominant.
Dog, I don't ever
way that
want to
we get
live in
music.
I don't want to live in no world where AI is the way to
happen.
go.
It's gonna happen. You don't want to, but it's gonna happen. But we have to still have the same value for real art, bro. And that's the only way it's gonna survive.
Speaking of that AI shit and getting ready to wrap this up here, because fuck AI. We got real people making real music right now. So the Grammy cutoffs just finished. It was August 30th of this year. And so I think it's from like the top of August last year to the end of August this year is when the Grammy cutoffs were. So I just want to do a little prediction real quick. You feel me?
Okay.
I'm not going to go crazy for like album of the year, nothing like that. But do you have any albums in mind for yourself that you would want up there for rap album of the year before I kind of let the clip go? Okay, for sure.
Clips. I feel like the Clips is gonna get that. I feel like.
You think they're gonna win it?
I think they're gonna win that. I think
Really?
I think the Clips
Okay.
deserve that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pusha. Shout out to Malice. I think
For
that
sure.
they put together what hip hop needed. Especially from my generation. Shout out to Killer Mike. Killer Mike did it a couple years ago as well.
Excuse me. I got Chromacopia, the Tyler the
Okay.
Creator album. I got The Emperor's New Clothes,
Raekwon.
because
Chef.
I think to your point too, kind of when you look at like Common was nominated last year, Killer Mike, Nas with King's Disease. I think that the Grammys has been trying to do a better job of recognizing some of those older acts that have actually been not just because they're older, but they're actually putting out good music. Emperor's New Clothes was some good shit, so I'd like to see Raekwon get that nomination. Clips, to your point, I think will be the third one. Kendrick with GNX, I think is your fourth one that gets nominated, and then my fifth one would be between Freddie Gibbs with Alfredo 2 or Chance the Rapper with Starline.
Got you.
Those two to me will probably be neck and neck. I would give it to Alfredo 2, but I could also see where the story of Chance has been so good that you might give him that nomination to kind of just bring everything full circle. And the project is worthy of it. So those will be my 5 nominations right there. I think Clips is going to win it ultimately, but no way to know, man. We'll be interested to see it because I think the Grammys are going to come out, what, February? Okay, yeah. So
February.
that would be interesting to see, man. But listen, man, that was the end of it. I think we're going to wrap it up here, bro. You feel me, man? Thank you for joining us for this fireside chat here with your boy Stu and Jalen, episode 9. What more can we say? You feel me? Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at What More Can We Say. Go check out the YouTube at What More Can We Say. Episode 9, I'm Jalen. That's Radio God Stu, man.
For
What
sure.
more can we say?
Shout out to the Platinum House.
For sure.